While we still have 2.5 months left of 2022, this right here is the final case of singles for the 2022 Disney Cars die-cast mainline, and let me tell you, it is a great one to end off on. There are several brand new Cars on the Road characters inside this box, along with a great bunch of re-releases as well that I can't wait to share with you. You guys might have an idea as to who the new releases are based on the title and the clues I've given you here. And so we're not going to waste any time. These case unboxings get very long as it is. I mean, there's just so much history to talk about. Like with each one, they get longer because there is more lore, more depth at that point. So let's just dive right on in here with the outside of the box. 95 for Lightning McQueen, of course. Actually, just kidding. That's a coincidence, but it's a cool one. B is for 2021. Last year they used A. Next year they'll use C. And then M just identifies the contents inside this box, which I'll leave the full list to in the description below. Stop! Alto, do not put on shelf before July 17th. That was like 3 months ago. Yeah, September, August, July. Wow, that is insane. It is definite that Mattel wanted to get some of this Cars on the Road merchandise out way earlier than they were able to. Now, maybe not this case in particular, but maybe that first case with Speed Demon and McQueen, and probably the second case, they probably wanted to shift all of this up to coincide more with the release of Cars on the Road, because if you think about it, there really has not been that much merchandise. Like just now, it's when it's really finally starting to become prominent and identifiable in stores that this is the Cars on the Road era. You're now seeing the dinosaur, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're seeing the play sets, all that good stuff, and a lot more singles. So yeah, all right. My point is, I don't know what happened, but Mattel botched the release for some of the merchandise. And honestly, maybe it's not all their fault. Maybe it's a little bit of Pixar and Disney in there as well. They weren't able to get Mattel the necessary graphics and information that they needed to start getting their merchandise out, which we did kind of see with the color changers of both of the characters here. I have on the side Datz Jammin and Revo Kos, because they initially identified them as their code names of Rocket Powered and Special Construction. Actually, no, it was Classic Rod and Special Construction. And so they had to put labels over those old developmental names on the actual packages. But wow, oh my God, this case looks awesome already. You guys know me, I like to start with the boring and make our way to the exciting stuff. And so we're going to have to pick around a little bit like a bird here. But here, I found one. Mater, just regular Mater. Now there is another Mater out right now. That is the road trip, in quotes, the road trip version of Mater. But it is just this regular version on a new card back, celebrating and, of course, in aligned with the series, the Disney Plus show, 9 episodes, Cars on the Road, 7 to 9 episodes each, if you guys do not know, all of which dropped on September 8th. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun show, fun little show. Lots of new characters they can release. Lots of new variants of the main characters, McQueen and Mater as well, which we will be seeing here very shortly with Cave Mater, Cave McQueen, Rumbler, all that good stuff over the next few months. So yeah, there's Mater. He's nothing too special. Now Mel Dorado here is a little bit more exciting because 2022 saw the first release of him from Thailand. I did a review on him because he was so egregiously, I'm not going to say bad, all right? I'm going to say just egregiously different from the Chinese version of him that came out in 2011 and 2014. He's a completely different color. He's like yellowish gold instead of the more subtle, darker, bronzish tan that he used to be. But yeah, he has been included in a couple cases so far this year. So all in all, this isn't that exciting. But at least they got the card right, as seen in Cars 2, because that is not a given. Sometimes they screw up that movie. It's like, I don't even know why they try to do this, like as seen in Cars 2. It's just like you're adding something else that you could screw up on. Like, we don't need that. We don't really care what movie it's from. Here's Derek Wheeliams here. I thought for a second his microphone was loose, but it looks like it is attached in there. Now, if you guys don't know Derek, he was first released ever last year, about a year ago, in case L of 2021. And now he is back. He had been included already in a 2021 case, though. I think this might be his third case of the year, the first one being case F with Artie and them all. But yeah, not a bad re-release. I'm a big fan of this character. He was like my favorite release of the entire 2021 mainline because I love when they revisit the first Cars movie and they're able to find new characters from the background scenes to release. I think that's really awesome. It adds to the lore and depth, as I was talking about earlier. But you can see here some nice ones on the back, like Damage the King, Dexter Hoover, who's only in case J, Brad Windmiller, Spin Out McQueen. I just found him for the first time in a store today, the day I'm recording this. Well, actually, it's probably like midnight now, so yesterday. What do we got up here? Ooh, I haven't seen a World Grand Prix racer in a while. Miguel Camino. Not bad, not bad. They really didn't do too many World Grand Prix racers this year. I think Lewis, Miguel, Shu, Francesco, and McQueen. That was it. No Carla, no Jeff, no Raul. They did do Jeff in a launcher, but that's a little different. So a little surprising. It's kind of one of the first years that they really departed from the World Grand Prix racers. And I don't mind because we need a break from them a little bit. Move on to something different. But yeah, Miguel Camino, always good to see him though. I like the colors that he brings to the palette here. All right, we're going to wait on those and we're going to jump down a row here to the God himself, Sheriff. Sheriff. But yeah, another Radiator Springs townie that I don't mind seeing. He's a little dusty. I just love that they're still using the same art that they did back in 2006 with the Desert series so that, you know, you could do a very nice then and now comparison. Like for these two, you put them up to their 2006 singles and it's just really cool. Brings back some nostalgia, memories. I don't know. I love it. And I don't see Sheriff really peg-warming all that much, so he gets a pass from me. Sheriff, yeah, Sheriff's fine. Sarge and Ramon, though, those ones definitely peg-warm a bit more. So hopefully there aren't any in this case. I do see another townie, though. You guys see her, too? It is Sally. Let's just jump right to her. Ooh, this is on a perfect card. But yeah, Sally, another nice one to see. They're using the same art that they did 16 years ago now. Wow, that is crazy to think about. But they, remember in 2018 when they corrected her model, they stopped using this flat, kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say ugly because she's been used for forever and we've come to accept her, but this truly is not a very accurate Porsche Carrera. And they actually corrected it in 2018. They released her a couple times, and even when they released her in the Radiator Springs Welcome to Radiator Springs line with the keychains this year from Vietnam, though, not Thailand, she was the corrected model. So I don't know why they like reverted back and Vietnam does the correct version. It's very weird, very confusing. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Thailand variant, obviously. Here we have Millie. Millie was first included in 2022 singles case B, but actually, this is actually pretty cool because her first release ever was in 2021 singles case M, and what are we reviewing today? 2022 singles case M. So she has, I think she might be one of the first. This is going to sound really strange, you guys, so you got to bear with me, but she is probably one of the first characters to have first been released. How do I say this? Like a new character to be included in the same lettered case in back-to-back years. So obviously, you know, Mater, it's very likely that like Mater was included or Jackson Storm was included in like 2017A and 2018A, like that stuff, but these more obscure characters, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's kind of a weird stat. I bet a statistician could word that pretty cool though. Like those guys who do the football stats and are like, bring up this super obscure stat that makes you like question reality. Like I think I saw something where like the Phillies, whenever the Phillies have made or won the World Series, the economy enters a recession immediately after that. Like bam, without fail for the last 150 years. And the Phillies right now lead the Braves in their postseason series 2-1. So yeah, that's just a crazy stat. Anyways, getting back on track here. As seen in Cars 3, choking hazard because she comes with the cone accessory and the vacuum. But yeah, Millie was a great release, but now she's been included in quite a few cases, so I'm a little bit tired of seeing her. Sorry, Mill. Chisaki, you as well. I've seen you now for almost a decade. 2013 was the first release of Chisaki in a 2-pack with Yakuza. She was then reissued. She's been reissued many, many times over the last 10 years. Wow, I can't believe it's been almost a decade of Chisaki. But here she is on a nice card. Cards haven't been too bad in this. I was worried because the top of the boxer, I don't know, maybe it was the side of the box. It had like a hole in it, like it got busted. As seen in Cars 2, correct. Made her with balloon. Made her with balloon's a very low-key, underrated release of 2022. Like, not many people really know about him, I feel like. Him, Spin on McQueen, and Finish Line McQueen, those are ones that really slipped under the radar this year. But yeah, there you have Chisaki. Nothing special. She's been released from Thailand before, so no biggie. Here we have Cars on the Road. Road Trip, Lightning McQueen. Again, on a very good card. Love to see it. But yes, he's been included now in the last 3 cases. So that would be Case K, Case L, and now Case M. Again, as I've mentioned before, they skip I because it looks too much like a 1. They skip O because it looks too much like a 0. So that's why we went from H to K. Or H to J and then K. I know my alphabet. But yeah, there have been a lot of Road Trip McQueens out there. He's been peg-warming a bit because they included 2 at 1.3. There were 3 Road Trip McQueens in Case K. But the Target I just went to today, well now yesterday, didn't have any. In fact, they had remnants of Case E and F. I think maybe even G, but nothing more recent. So yeah, interesting there. But yeah, I love the packaging that they're using for On the Road, as I've talked about before. You can see here, this is just the same card that they used when he was first released in Case K, because at that point, the only other On the Road singles were Speed Demon and the Mater, who's just regular. But yeah, these stock images look so wild. Like that Mater looks so plasticky and just weird. And so does McQueen, honestly. Speed Demon looks fine, but these guys look a little off. Again, love the map design that they use on the On the Road products. So there you have it. There's McQueen. All right, what is next here? Let's snag Griswold. Oh my God. Oh, I thought he was on a near perfect card. I was excited there for a second until I saw a little rough edge down here. Still not horrible, but you can see it is not mint. I got excited there. Because Griswold was first released in the last case, Case L. There was only one of him in the case, so I'm very, very happy that they re-included him. They're finally getting back to their roots a little bit. They got into a very good groove back in like 2019, 2020, 2021 a little bit, where whenever they would release a new car, they would include it in the immediate next case, so you would have a chance to get it again. They did this a lot in 2020 with the exception, I think, one of the only exceptions was Fair Game the Taxi, but they included Jonas Carver's again from D to E. They included like Silver Chick multiple times, I think. Who else was released around that time? I can't even remember the new releases from 2020. Does that just mean it was a bad year? I know they included J multiple times. That was a new one. Hank Halloween Murphy and some of just like the new Thailand variants got included multiple times. Yeah, they did Hall in Gas, I think, a couple times, the metallic one. So yeah, anyways, what I'm trying to say is that they departed from this a little bit. They'd release a new car and then that would be it. Like Hot Rod Steve Herschel last year, gone. Sputter Stop Tractor, gone. And this year a little bit as well. Keith Cohn, gone. Dana Crankoff, gone. But we have gotten Bertha Butterswagen again. We got Speed Demon again. And here is Griswold again. One of my favorite characters for Cars on the Road. I just love all the little doodads and equipment that he has attached to him. Now, obviously, it's Very similar to the station wagon Bill Revs that they released for Cars 3 several years ago, almost down to the color, but that's fine. I expect it makes sense that there are multiple station wagons that kind of look like this in the Cars universe because it's just a classic woody looking design for it. But yeah, I did review him a while back, and so I'll leave the link for him in the description below. Or her. Could be her, the actress who voices Griswold is a female, but could be emulating to try and sound like a male. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. And here on the back, you could see all of the singles that they had in case L, my bad, Royce Revsley, Racing Center Cruz Ramirez, and K-Pillar Derev. So those 4 were the 4 new ones for the last case, which I also thought was a great case. Like, they're really ending this year on a high note, as they should, because the year started off pretty badly. It took 5 cases, A, B, C, D, and E, before there was finally a new release in case F, which was just J with VR headset. So really not that good. I mean, it's a nice release, but it can't carry a whole main line when you're expecting new characters and stuff like that. Here's Timothy Twostroke. He's been around a ton, all the way back to case C, I think, of the year. So yeah, we've gotten a lot of him. It was his first time being released from Thailand, but now after being released in a few cases this year, the shine is worn off. As for a lot of these, like Matthew True Blumacrew, that's a cool new Thailand variant, but release you a bunch, you kind of get boring. Andy Vaporlock, same kind of deal. Now, Tractor here has raised some eyebrows and eyelids. Is it eyebrows? It's just eyebrows, yeah. Eyelids, yeah, whatever. So, of course, they just show you the regular Tractor here. They have not, and they will not, because this is the last case, release regular Tractor for the 2022 mainline. This is supposed to be Tractor with tire, and so they're just using the regular image here as a stand-in placeholder. So yeah, do not expect a Tractor. That is not coming. Tractor that we're getting and that we got was Tractor with tire in mouth. But yeah, nice little Rust-eze Lightning McQueen fan. Speaking of Rust-eze, here you have Jonathan Wrenchworths, who was only previously included, I believe, in case G. No. Yes, case G. I think I have not found this guy in a store yet. I have not found Jonathan Wrenchworths in a store yet, or maybe I did, and he was on a bad card, so I didn't buy him. Honestly, can't remember, but I am a big fan of this release because I really do like the Rusty cars, and wow, his tires look thin. Like, is that just me? But his tires look so small. Maybe I have an Air, guys. Wouldn't that be so cool if this is an Air? Those tires do not look right. They do not look right to me at all. I'll have to look at another one or something. But yeah, I could be completely wrong, and this is how he's supposed to look. But those tires just look wrong to me. They don't fill all that black space, all that empty space in the wheel well there. It almost looks like these are tires that would run on a train. They literally look like rail wheels for a track. They're that small. But yeah, Jonathan Wrenchworths was the character that appeared in the Rust-eze commercial at the beginning of Cars, so we only saw the back of him. Maybe one day they'll do a sneaky variant with a shiny bumper, you know, when the Rust-eze can zoom, spruces it up there. I've seen a custom of that. Definitely one of the easier customs you could do. But yeah, I like this guy a lot. I think it was a great inclusion for 2022. And fits with the whole Rust-eze theme they had going on with Andy Vaporlock, Donna Pitts, Fred. I think that about does it. Oh, and Craig Faster, they re-released him as well. All right, who we got now? Oh, come on, dude. Why would you include regular Mater as well? So yeah, as I was telling you guys earlier, these two are the exact same. They just have different packagings and different names. Road Trip Mater and Mater. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of the scene in Cars on the Road when Mater goes through the car wash and he comes out looking the exact same. And, you know, McQueen just says, you can't mess with perfection. That reminds me of this. Like, Mater is just unchangeable. No matter whether he goes on a road trip or whether, you know, he's just chilling in Radiator Springs, it's same old Mater. Obviously, though, we will be getting some legit variations of Mater. The cave version, the Rumbler version. There are like 7 versions of Mater from the movie episode. I'm not even kidding. You could do like the Doctor version with the glasses, Doctor version with glasses up, Gravedigger Mater, Mater with brains. You could do President Mater. Obviously, that's the main one. Oh my God, there's just so many options. And so yeah, this is pretty lame. And he even has different art though. But yeah, I do want to clarify again. Both of these are the same, so you don't have to rebuy it if you don't want to. And a lot of people were confused initially because when they rename the character like that, you'd think that would be different. So I do think that's a bit misleading. I'm a little disappointed in Mattel. Next up is Royce Revsley. Now this guy was also new to the last case, like Griswold, case L. There were 2 of them in that case though, so a little bit easier to acquire than Griswold. Just because, you know, if somebody comes and they want one of each, Griswold's going to be gone, but there will still be one Royce Revsley. And so he's back in this case, which I'm happy about. I think that's a great choice, honestly, because all the other, like K-Bill or Derev, if you missed him in the last case, well, he's also in a 2-pack with Mater. If you missed Racing Center Cruz in the last case, well, she's also in one of those accessory 2-packs with McQueen, exclusive to Walmart. And so with Griswold and Royce, though, well, actually, Royce is in... Royce has been releasing quite a bit. He's also in this 2-pack here, an accessory one with Datz Jammin, who we'll see here in a second. So I'll bring this up again. And then Royce will be included in the Salt Flats 9-pack that will be exclusive to Walmart as well in the next month or so. So anyways, yeah, good to have him back. Like, I think it's great that they're bringing back some of these new releases in the following cases. Like, that's how you have to do it. Some stores won't get in every case, so, you know, if you miss case L, it's great that there's opportunities for you to catch up with case M, you know, instead of just including more bogus releases. Like, I don't know, if they put Shoot to the Roki in here, or if they put Sarge or Ramon. I mean, I totally have seen them doing that as well. So, happy days with Royce. All right, speaking of Datz Jammin here, they are, and oh my God, this looks awesome. Oh, this might be my new favorite Cars on the Road release. First of all, the art is jammin'. Like, this art is cool. I've been so curious all along if they made him have a salty base with salty tires, and they sure did. I've never been able to tell because of the way he's designed. But yeah, this art, like, it's so long. It takes up near the entire card. Whereas with Royce, look at how much space you have on either end. You have like a thumb length almost on either side there. Whereas here, like, you have a thumbnail length on either side. So that's pretty cool. Just really fills up that card. Oh my God, it's a very welcoming packaging here. And yet, the car itself is so thin and flat. I cannot wait to review this guy. He won't be my first choice because there's somebody cooler in this case, but he will be my second choice for who to review, you know, in the order, like who I review first, second, third. So yeah, cool. And they included 2 of him, which again, as I always say, with new releases, that is the right choice. You should include 2 of almost every new one in the case, but they always say it's more costly to make more of the newer ones just because of the fact that they're new castings, whereas it's cheaper to make more of McQueen and Mater and whatnot. But I understand that, but on the flip side, I feel like you need to invest some money in making these, or at least making the process of making them cheaper, because they'll sell way better than more Cars on the Road McQueens or Sarges or Ramones and whatnot. So yeah, this is of course one of the Salt Flats racers, and I just love the bare metal Zamac look he has. Let's check out the back here. Oh, look at these stock images. Brand new look here. I have not seen this packaging yet. You have On the Road Cruise up there, the Racing Center version, Noriyuki, Greebles. I shouldn't spoil it, but yeah, Greebles is in this case. Revo Kos also in this case, and then Datz Jammin. Look at that giant smile he's got. Little smile, big smile. Just looks so shiny. Oh my God, I love it. I still don't understand why they made a color changer version of him like 2 months before releasing the diecast version, but we knew he was coming because he was teased at the San Diego Comic-Con at their On the Road booth. So we have seen him now. We've known about him for a good long while. And of course, if you can't find the single, maybe you could find this 2-pack at Walmart that has the exact same version. They are the exact same, but you get a couple accessories like this flag here, sticker, cone, and then Royce Revsley as well. Very cool. Oh my god, I'm so excited to open up Datz. Just such a unique release, you know, with that bare metal Zamac look to him. 100%. All right, what are we doing down here? We need to get rid of whatever the hell these two. Oh my god, just two basic Lightning McQueens. Gross. Was hoping one of them would be an air, make it somewhat exciting. I've pulled a couple airs out of cases before. I think twice there was a Raul Cerul without side view mirrors, and there was a Lizzie without her rear tire. So both really cool airs, honestly. And maybe I pulled another one there with Jonathan Wrenchworths. I doubt it, though. But yeah, here you have Lightning McQueen, just from Cars 1, the basic one. And they're still using the same card back here as they did when he was first released in Case A, which is pretty wild to think about, that they were advertising for Tractor way back in the beginning of the year, like in February, and he didn't end up coming out until August. And it wasn't even exactly just regular Tractor. So those are two duds, but now we should be left with all the gold. I feel like a miner or like somebody back in the Wild West who has their little pan and they're fishing around in the river for gold and silver, and then they bring it up and, you know, they get rid of all the mud and rocks, and bam, you got all the goodies, all the good minerals. And here is one. You have the first re-release of Mummy Costume Luigi and Ghost Costume Guido, of course, for Halloween, and I'm glad that they got this out in time because, I mean, it's tight for sure, but they failed with the Easter Buggy this year. The Easter Buggy came out. In fact, I found the Easter Buggy. I was the first one to find the Easter Buggy, and I think I found it the day after Easter. So they kind of botched that one. But it looks like they're doing a little bit better job here with their Halloween release this year. They did release these guys last year in 2021, Singles Case L for the first time. So they aren't new, but they are new to 2022 packaging. And the packaging looks pretty awesome. You obviously have this gigantic choking hazard here because the costumes are removable, and so therefore you have smaller plastic pieces. Kind of sucks there, but yeah. The art does look good though. I like how it fits over here on the left side. Ooh, the card back for here is pretty nice. Now, I don't mind them saying as seen in Cars 1. Obviously, these guys don't appear in any movie, short, show, whatever. But if you're going to default to something, it should be Cars. You're not going to say as seen, you know, in special Halloween merchandising. Bertha Butler's Wagon, Charlie Checker, Hauling Gas, Artie, Brad Windmiller, and Spin Out McQueen. A nice little collective of characters there. Artie, I've never seen her in the store. Charlie was in Case K. Bertha is in L, and the elusive J. One thing I do want to point out real quick, I don't think this is an air. I guess I'm just a little trigger happy on the airs today, but it is a little weird looking that Guido's rim, like his wheel there, is not painted. It's just blank black. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. Never mind. False alert. False alarm. I'm just silly. Having a bit of a dumbass moment. All right. Noriyuki. A new single for the case. Not a new release because Noriyuki was released in a 2-pack with Sarah Coggs, and I also reviewed him. I'll leave the link for that in the description below. They are identical. Somebody might be able to discern a minuscule variant between the two, but I really do not think there is a variance here. They are meant to be the same. In fact, they probably were produced around the exact same time. Let's see here. R26A, 26th week of 2022. This one should be right around there. Oh, it's up here. Ooh, Date stamp's way up here. That's kind of weird. R34A. All right, that's a little bit more recent than I thought. It's like 8 weeks after. Nonetheless, not a variant. Nope. I'm just making sure. I'm just looking at it. You guys know when I record my video, I look at what I'm doing through the lens of my camera. But I'm looking at these now with my own eyes, just to make sure there's no noticeable variant. And yeah, I don't think so. So if you're curious, the 2-pack version of Noriyuki is the same as the single one. A little disappointed, honestly, with this single. I just feel like it's a little cheap. It's a smaller car. I feel like you should get an accessory with this. Or maybe I'm just saying that because in the 2-pack, you just get Sarah Cogs, and so you should have an accessory with Sarah Cogs. Like, if they were to release Sarah Cogs as a single, like, you just can't do that. I mean, the weight, like, you have to get up to a certain weight to qualify it as a single and to be able to sell it for the same price as this stuff. So Noriyuki, I guess, is fine, but if they were to release Sarah Cogs as a single, you have to come up with some sort of accessory, some tool cart, tires, whatever. New for 2022? Technically correct, although the 2-pack beat you by a couple weeks. And here we have the same card back as we saw on Datz Jammin. Love it. Love to see this array of releases. Oh my god, such unique characters. So there you go, there's Nori. Oh my god, see, I'm trying to stack them over here on my side and I just can't because they're so oddly shaped. All right, who's next? Oh, how are you hiding in here, dude? Get the hell out of here. Jackson Storm Blue. Oh my god, I almost just had a Petite Mouse seizure. I'm sorry, guys, but I was not expecting there to be a lurking Jackson Storm. That's like you're going through like your Halloween bag and you like, there's a spider in your bag or like something gross like in your bag of candy that you've been trick-or-treating with all night. You're like, oh, I knew I got a Butterfinger. It's in here somewhere. And then you're like, what's that? And it's a spider or something gross. Oh, I did not know there was another Noriyuki in here, but I will gladly take it because it is on perfect card. And the other one was not, so that makes me happy. Yay, I don't have to go get another Noriyuki now. Neither of the Datz Jammins run decent. Well, they were okay, but nothing too special. And the final 2 releases of 2020. Revo Kos. Yay, finally. So yet another one where they did the color changer version 2 months ago. Teased us. And finally pulled through. So this one was not at San Diego Comic-Con like Datz was, but he was in a commercial that we saw recently with Royce Revsley and that super long car that they're doing in the 9-pack. So yeah, we also knew he was coming, and it's great to finally have him in diecast form. I love the art for him as well. It looks very bright. Just kind of pops off the card. Yeah, cool release. I think he looks a little strange. Like, the only problem I have with him is that because they went with like the essentially snow tires, you know, where they are just solid, covered, caked in salt, they didn't try and make it look realistic like they did with Griswold's muddy tires. Like, if you look at his tires, you can still see like black, the walls of the tire underneath there, and you know, that's just realistic, right? It's not going to be completely caked in mud or salt or sand or whatever it is. But with this route, I mean, they just made the base entirely white. They made the tires entirely white. They do that for all the Salt Flats characters. And I think it looks okay, like on some of them, but I'm not confident. It just makes this one look like a snow Christmas release. I don't know why this one more than others, but yeah, not a huge fan of that. But I am still excited to, you know, unbox him and all that stuff and take a closer look. Maybe I'll change my mind, but right now, he's probably my least favorite of the bunch here. Expression's okay, though. And there you have the card back again, and that leaves... Oh, my God. Oh, I've been waiting for this guy for a long time. Greebles. the Gremlin Clown from the Showtime episode of Cars on the Road. This guy is awesome. My God. This will be the first one I review the day after this video comes out, so you can expect it tomorrow. You will see this guy in full force. Oh my gosh, guys. I can't say enough good things about this. He was at the San Diego Comic-Con as well with Datz Jammin. So we knew he was coming, and I've been excited ever since I saw him. I was like, wow, that's such a cool release. Not only, he's a gremlin. First time we've seen a gremlin since Cars 2. I don't mind them reusing the model here because I could tell that he's already a little smaller than a typical gremlin that we've got him. I love the name. It's a perfect name for a clown. The art's pretty good. Now, the teeth here and the way they're busted are in the exact same way as Grem's art. However, it's not like a copy and paste. Like, the shape of the teeth are different. They're a little bit blockier. Grem's are a little bit like sharper and slimmer, but like the gaps are the exact same. Like, they're in the same places, which is a little strange, I must admit, but I don't know. I don't really mind a whole lot about that. Maybe it'll just add to people's theory that it is Grem, as my theory that K-Pillar Derev is Sterling. But yeah, this guy's amazing. So excited. Wish he was on a bad card, though, because I'm going to have to open him up. I know, I'm so weird, guys. You're complaining when you get a good card, and you're complaining when you get a bad card. You should shut up, you whining. Yeah, well, come on. There's method to my madness. Like, if there's 2 Datz Jammins in the case, and I don't intend to open both of them, I'd want one on a good card. And since I already have Noriyuki open, I'd like both on a good card. But with Greebles here, it would make me feel better if he was on a bad card, so I could just tear into him, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm going to have to forsake a good card. But yeah. First world problems, I suppose. Yeah, guys. All right, so here is the back of that, as we already saw. Thank you for watching this case unboxing. It's a long one, but it's the last one, and it definitely was worth it. This is a great case without a shadow of a doubt. And you guys got to let me know which from the case is your favorite. Maybe it's Greebles like mine. If not, though, that's totally cool as well. I could definitely see a lot of people, and I'm sure, honestly, would not be surprised if more people prefer Datz Jammin over Greebles. Like, I could totally see that. Where is Datz Jammin? I lost Datz. Oh, no, I got him. Ah, you can't escape me for long. Yeah, I could see people saying Datz is their favorite. Maybe even Revo as well. But the way I rank them is Greebles, Datz, Revo. And that is the order that we will be reviewing them in. So yeah, guys, thanks again. Let me know in the comment section below which from this case is your favorite. And since it is the last case of the year, why not let me know what is your favorite from the entire year? Wow, it's been a pretty good year. Started off a little slow, but it ended with a bang. And it's not about how you drive. It's about how you arrive. Bye now.